Today, I'm going to teach you one of the most important lessons you must learn if you want to be a successful investor. You're going to want to watch this because this is going to help you make a lot of money. My name's Nick. Welcome. And right now, I'm receiving an advanced education that specializes in high net worth investors, families that are incredibly rich and wealthy. But here's the secret. A lot of what I'm learning can help anyone. And I want to share it with you because no matter where you are in your life, this can help improve your financial situation. Meet Nick Murray. Nick Murray has been in the financial industry for over 50 years. He was a very, very successful financial advisor, a world-renowned best-selling author, and a very popular public speaker. Nick states that over 90% of an investor's lifetime returns only come down to a couple things. That is 90% of all the money that you're gonna make comes down to having a great financial plan, and most importantly, managing your emotions. All successful investing comes down to being goal-focused and plan-driven. All failed investing comes down to being market-focused and current market outlook-driven. Let me ask you a question. Do you get worried when you turn the TV on and the stock market's down? Or do you get nervous when you know the market's down and you go to check your investments? The answer is probably yes. Well, do not worry, because most do. Research shows this is how we are psychologically designed as human beings, and this is normal human behavior. I mean, think about it. How can it not be emotional or psychological? This is your money, your future, your income. But I want to share with you a very important secret. I'm going to teach you why you feel that way and what you can do to protect yourself from making a bad, emotional financial decision. In the academic world, they call it behavioral finance, the psychology of financial decision making. I call it the psychology of money. In order to become a successful investor, your emotions play a critical role. And by understanding this, you will put yourself in a better position to make more money. Now, I want you to stay with me for just a second. I'm about to introduce you to some advanced concepts and algorithms, but do not worry. I'm going to simplify them and explain them to you. To really understand how to protect yourself from your emotions, you need to comprehend data such as risk perceptions research, fear versus anger data, loss aversion conclusions, dimension sensitivity, aggregation concepts, hyperbolic discount rate theory, and discount utility models. Through all these concepts, psychologists Dr. Tversky and Dr. Kahneman's research conclude that people often display extremely high discounting of future outcomes. To simplify all their research, this is what is known as opportunity cost or instant gratification. It is natural for our emotions to cause us to care more about how we feel now than our futures. For example, let's look at this picture. Imagine yourself right now on this beautiful beach on a warm day. How amazing would a cold drink or some ice cream be? This is precisely what all the research and discount models conclude. That's instant gratification. Because of your current environment, you want something now. You do not care about the future. And again, this is normal human emotions and behavior. Now, how does this tie into your investments? How you perceive risk directly affects your decision making. Because from a psychological standpoint, it's not about your overall return, it's about how you experience these outcomes. Do you know that for a human to be happy, for every one loss they have, they need 2.5 wins? It's called loss aversion coefficient. So that means every time you look on the TV and you see the stock market down 1%, for you naturally, how you're wired and created to feel happy, the next time you look at the market needs to be up 2.5%. But that's not how investing works. It's not in a rhythm like that. So to combat this and prepare yourself and to win at the game of investing, you need to understand the difference between risk and volatility. Risk is the chance that you lose your money or the chance that you don't meet your future financial goals. Volatility is just market movement and movement in investments. And if you have great investments, which I do, you don't worry about volatility. And I'm going to show that to you right now. In order to become a successful investor and to manage your emotions, you need to understand that volatility is normal. Let's look at this research data right here. First, you need to understand the difference between a dip, a correction, and a bear market. A stock market dip is when the market goes down 5% and goes back. A correction is when the stock market goes down 10% and goes back. And a bear market is when the stock market drops 20% and goes back. Well, since almost the end of the 1920s, we've had 319 dips. That means about 3 times every year the market drops down 5%. 99 times, which is a little bit actually over 1, so it's 1.1 times a year, that there is a correction. Every year the market's going to drop 10% on average, and the average correction is actually 14%. And then a bear market where the stock market drops 20%, it's happened 26 times. That's about once every 3 years. Also, a little fun fact for you, since the end of World War II, do you know the United States has been into a recession once every 5 years? That recession, which is a big, scary word that everyone gets worried the whole world's coming to an end, about once every 5 years. Through all these dips, corrections, bear markets, and recessions, do you know the stock market has still averaged almost double-digit returns? Now, I know that past results don't guarantee future results. I get that. But look at all the volatility and still big returns. To help you become a better investor and manage your emotions, you need to understand that volatility is normal. And this is some more data that's going to help you with that. Now, I'm about to show you some mutual funds over here. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and buy them. I'm just using them as examples. So this first American Funds mutual fund, if we look here on every 3-month rolling return, to where if you looked at the performance of this mutual fund every 3 months, the red shows that there are negative returns for this investment. The green shows positive 3-month returns. So you'll see here since 1978, there's a lot of green and a lot of red. But if we back out and look at 1 year rolling returns time horizon, you'll see there's still quite a bit of red, but not as much. But then if we back up to 10-year rolling returns, you don't see any red. This lets you understand that within month to month, year to year, there's going to be volatility, but long-term financial planning, there's not any red. Let's change it up again. Here's a Fidelity mutual fund. Again, not telling you to go buy it, but if you look at every 3-month rolling return, which is your performance on a 3-month period since 1967, you're going to see a lot of red and a lot of green, which is what? A lot of volatility. We go from 3 months to 1 year, less red, more green. And then we look at returns on 10-year time horizons. Again, all green, all positive. Last one here, we look at a Franklin Templeton mutual fund, very popular company on 3-month rolling returns, and this is since 1949. Right around the end of World War II, you're going to see quite a bit of red if you look at things in 3-month time horizons. Pull back to 1 year, less red, and then we go all the way back again to 10-year time horizon. Since 1949, this mutual fund has not had one negative 10-year time horizon that it's lost money. Now again, past performance does not guarantee future results. But think about all what we've been through as this country since 1949, since the end of World War II. I mean, you have the Cuban Missile Crisis, JFK assassination, Bay of Pigs, LA riots into the 70s, or 60s, still the Cold War, 70s, President Nixon resignation. We've been through a lot, 9/11, the housing market crisis of 2007. Through all these times, things that the media would try to scare you, look at this 10-year rolling return. And all of these mutual funds since the 60s and 70s have averaged double-digit returns annualized since their inception. Why am I telling you this? To show you again that volatility is normal. If you look on the short term, you're going to see a lot of volatility, but understanding to continue to look big picture, this is going to help you manage your emotions and not make a bad financial decision. Stick to your strategy if you have quality investments. Now this is one of my favorite charts. This is every year in the stock market since 1980 to 2022. And this shows the overall return of each year, but also the low watermark for that given year. So right here, if you look at 1980, at some point in time, the orange, the stock market was actually down 17% for that year, during that year. But it actually finished up 26% for the year. Then you look at here, 1982, the stock market was down 17% at some point during that year, but the market finished up 15%. What you'll see is every year since 1980, at some point in time, the stock market was down during that given year. And guess what the media is going to be telling you? Oh, the whole world's coming to an end. The stock market's going to go to zero. But you see, ever since 1980, the S&P has averaged almost approximately 14% a year annualized. But look at all this volatility. Do you know that if you had invested $10,000 in 1980, sitting at approximately a 14% return, it'd be worth almost $3 million today? Just by leaving it alone, S&P index fund, leaving alone all the volatility. If you would have had $100,000 invested in 1980, it'd be almost worth $30 million. Focus on the big picture, not day to day, month to month, or sometimes even year to year. Volatility is going to be normal. This will help you manage your emotions and stick to your long-term goals. In closing, I want to bring this all together for you. The number one goal for today is to help you understand that managing your emotions is critical to your long-term overall financial investing success. To understand this, you need to look at the combination of both financial planning and investing. That's at the intersection of qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative is what's important to you in your life. Like, what are your dreams, your goals? And the quantitative is the X's and O's. How do we use money as a tool to make you happy, to give you freedom, peace? That's what it is. So a very simple way to me understand when it comes to financial planning and investing is to show you the buckets. Okay, everybody should follow their money into both short-term, intermediate, and long-term buckets. Now, this is a very simple way to help you understand this. We talked about big picture, long-term strategies. If you are close to retirement or in retirement right now, you probably should not have all of your money in the stock market. You should have a percentage that's in the short term that's not going to fluctuate to where it's there if you need it to provide income or as an emergency fund. But money that you don't plan on touching for the next 10 plus years, yes, have it in your long-term bucket where you see volatility, but at the end of 10 years plus down the road, you're going to get the most gain. And as time goes on, money moves from bucket to bucket. That's financial planning. So when it comes to volatility, if you have a good financial plan, it shouldn't bother you. And you should allow your emotions to be under control and maintain long-term financial success. You know, I've always said for years, one of my favorite things when I was younger, first got started in this business was to make my clients money. I loved it and I was good at it. But now I love seeing my clients spend it. Because like I said, money is a tool that helps improve your life. Not only yours, but your family's as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helps. I hope that what you've learned helps you make more money and improves your life. God bless. Bye.